following podcast is intended for mature audiences. The opinions expressed do not reflect this station or any affiliated partners. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. The opinions expressed do not reflect this station or any affiliated partners. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Geek EZ.
How about now?
Well, it might be delayed. Right now, I'm not seeing them even moving.
I just heard how about I heard some audio now, but we're not moving anymore.
Oh, we'll start moving here. Okay.
Oh, I hate my voice.
We
You
have
hate your
desynced.
voice. We're desynced?
Well, for a moment there anyway.
Hey, well, it should work. Badger, say something.
Maybe.
Well, that worked. Oh, so what are we going to talk about today?
Technical difficulties that we've been dealing with.
We could also talk about the Cowboy Bebop Netflix live action. See where that leads.
Yeah, we could talk about that stuff.
People do seem to be kind of mixed minds about that one.
Wolfie, you got anything?
Netflix is doing an Ultraman anime.
Are they really?
They announced a whole bunch of stuff today. That's where the Cowboy Bebop information came from.
The other thing they announced.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yes, I cannot wait.
You just need to stay in your box.
Let it happen.
No, we're not letting you out of the box.
Why?
Because
Box clearly says, do not open.
I'm claustrophobic.
Even Jay says it's best to keep you in the box.
definitely keeping you in the box.
Aww. But there's an open chair, guys.
The open chair is left for Alistair. Alistair is not here tonight.
I know.
Well, I can't just move chairs around. I mean, I could, but then it means a whole lot of. See, it's animated, and once things are drawn, that's the way they're drawn. I can take them out, but I can't move them around. That's not true. I could move us around.
You just don't want to.
No, I don't want to. At all.
Well, in any case, Alistair will potentially return at some point in time in the future. Right now, he's just in a transition with, the real life job that he just got.
Well, I just saw a headline that explains a lot about a particular movie. X-Men director Bryan Singer didn't allow comics on set.
Well, that explains an awful lot.
Just a wee bit.
Anything else in the article, or was it just a headline that you read?
I haven't even clicked it yet.
Fall for the clickbait. Fall for the clickbait.
That was really weird. Badger started moving when you were supposed to. Yes, people, I'd like you to know this is live. We are live. You can talk to us and we will answer.
Whether we answer with the right animation or not, that's another story. The Tech Monkey is still working.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still a work in progress. As you can tell, I mean, we don't move our arms. Our arms are basically stuck to our sides right now. They will move sometime in the future, but it's a work in progress, and the tech monkeys will get to it.
All in good time.
The guinea pigs only run so fast.
That's true. They only run so fast.
Maybe we should use a different animal.
Why? We have a badger in a box.
He don't run at all.
Oh, that's Alistair.
He also doesn't run at all.
Badger, you don't run at all?
I work retail. So yeah. I do a lot of exercising.
A lot of
That's
walking.
not exercise. That's walking. That's just moving around. That's standing. Standing is not exercise.
So Bethesda's in trouble yet again. The $200 Fallout 76 edition promised a fancy bag and a fancy canvas bag for the helmet. And what people got was a trash nylon bag.
Like a trash panda bag?
Worse.
Sounds an awful lot like false advertising.
Yep, and people are ticked. And Bethesda's response was, "We couldn't afford to make do on the canvas, so we opted for the nylon."
But that's not what you advertised.
Yep.
That's kind of a bait and switch.
Well, that's how you do things. Hey, have this canvas plastic. It's plastic canvas. It's woven plastic.
And it's still being advertised as a canvas bag all over the internet. That's still able to buy it.
Well, what the heck?
Yeah,
Well-
I get the feeling Bethesda's gonna get some lawsuits.
Well, and they a guy had from Australia had emailed them and had said, I purchased a Power Armor edition on PS4 from EB Games Australia. When I got home to open it, I discovered, and he sent a picture, that it was a nylon bag. Bethesda replied, "Greetings. Thank you for contacting Bethesda customer support. My name is blank. I'd be happy to help you today. Due to unavailability of materials, we had to switch to a nylon carrying case in the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. We hope this doesn't prevent anyone from enjoying what we feel is one of our best collector's editions. Warm regards."
They should have put that out there somewhere before they started shipping them.
Yup. And anybody who ordered them should have gotten a notice saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing, just so you're aware." On top of the fact that the Power Armor edition of the game was also delayed too.
Now, I wish to apologize before we go any further in the show. I don't have any background photos or stuff just because I've been working all week. It's been a long week, getting this ready and doing all the other stuff. So when we talk about things, it's kind of going to be a blank screen. So I'm hoping that we're entertaining enough for you and it works that way for you.
At the very least, we will do the best. We got comments though in our chat. We got, let's see, in regards to Bethesda, might I suggest a naked mole rat? I'm assuming that's going to be in regards to our technical support, not what Bethesda's doing.
I have a lizard. Does that count?
Maybe.
I have chihuahuas.
No, they don't count. Little rat dogs. But yeah, Bethesda might imagine their legal team might be chugging Malox. Well, I suppose so, Firefly.
I put a picture in Cantina, so you can upload it if you want.
I can't do that.
He just said he can't do that.
Oh,
For real. Unless I can get I haven't even made up a "we'll be right back" screen where I could switch to it real quick while I do that kind of stuff, so the stream doesn't go dead and we're just standing there blinking.
Ew, it's like a cheap garment bag.
Yep.
It's like not even a good nylon bag.
Well,
It's like
for
a-
those of you that are interested, you can check it up. It's all over the internet. You can find the picture. It's pretty sad.
Biggest news I think we had this week so far, like the two biggest things. We'll start with the sad stuff first because it really is sad. The death of Stephen Hillenberg.
I believe it's Hillenberg.
Why does Badger keep talking? I keep hitting the wrong key. I guess it is. Well, if you say something again.
Something.
See, now you're working, right?
Helps if you place the fingers where they need to go. But I'm Tish.
Put my fingers all over Wolfie. Got my finger on your button there, Wolfie. Okay, well, that is, I never even thought, did they say what he died of? I didn't see what he died of.
Wasn't it like ALS or something?
I believe you're right.
He had ALS?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, give me a sec. I'll look it up.
That's kind of messed up. I didn't realize he was sick. I thought if I had had the time, I would have had SpongeBob in here with us. I would have drawn up a SpongeBob and had him animated so he could sit here and talk to us. Go, ay, 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 ay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
Variety
indeed
said it
ALS.
was ALS.
Yeah, he admitted it back in March of last year, which is terminal.
Yeah. That's still sad.
What's crazy is that SpongeBob was so popular, he's never really done anything else.
SpongeBob is still popular.
Well, if you don't need to do anything else, you just keep doing what's working.
I mean,
Yeah.
SpongeBob's been around, what, 20 years now?
Well, I guess he did stuff before SpongeBob, but yeah, it premiered in '99.
Oh my God, yeah, it's 19 years. I mean, he's still popular. My kids love SpongeBob. I watch SpongeBob. I think he's hilarious.
The problem is, will the show continue without him, considering all the roles he had on the show in terms of writing and producing and everything?
Oh, I'm sure it will. I mean, Nickelodeon is pretty good about writing and stuff like that. I'm sure they'll be able to go further without worrying about that kind of stuff. I'm sure they'll take a break or something, but
I take that back. He resigned as the showrunner in 2004 because the SpongeBob SquarePants movie was supposed to be the series finale.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then he returned in, I guess, 2014.
Okay, Wolfie, I'm going to let you take the next one. The Star Wars animated. I didn't even know about this Star Wars animated series, and I have not been on social media at all today because I've been out running around doing Christmas stuff. Because my wife has the day off, one of her 5 before Christmas. So, what's going on with this Star Wars thing? Explain. Talk to us.
It's a new animated series. It looks like it's a shorts. Like it's not like full 30-minute episodes or anything. Hang on, let me get the article back up. Somebody vamp for me.
Vamp for you.
I don't know what that means.
Never mind.
And yes, Jace, you are absolutely correct. Nickelodeon is a machine. It'll keep going. Even Firefly's going, what?
Yeah, Lucasfilm said that the shorts will include fun and educational add-ons designed to help older fans, parents, and other mentors to welcome kids in their lives to explore the galaxy far, far away. I know in the trailer you see a lot of animated takes on stuff we've already seen, like Luke's encounter with the Wampa and stuff.
Very interesting. Why are our eyes so crazy? I thought I fixed that. I guess not. Well, look. Hey, look, I can look at the camera. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
You're just looking off to the, let's see, right in your case.
Well, it's supposed to only go to where I'm looking at. I guess, I mean, I can do that where I'm looking at the camera, and then I can go all the way over here or all the way over there to look at Patrick's box.
Well, according to Jace, that's creepy.
Yeah, so is raising my eyebrows so high like this. Again, working the bugs out. I'll get it figured out one of these days.
I feel
This is only our second animated show, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can count the the little holiday thing, but I don't think that counts.
Well, no, live-wise, this is our the second live animated show. The holiday thing was a pre-recorded thing, so I had more time and I could animate everything. It was all good. We're doing this live, so if you're watching this live, I apologize. Yes, it's kind of boring. We're not moving. There's not a lot of stuff going on, but we're just talking, and this is how we do it, and this is how our show has been for 5 years. If you're just catching on, or you're just starting to tune in, we really do talk about absolutely nothing and all things at the same time. We're the Seinfeld of talk shows.
Oh, speaking of randomness, I guess Sylvester Stallone officially retires his character Rocky Balboa.
Did he die in Creed?
No, he just retired.
He's not going to play Rocky anymore. Well, that's
Yep.
messed up. Well, how are they going to do a Creed 3 if he's not going to have Rocky?
Who knows if they will?
It's saying here that the story will go on with Michael B. Jordan's portrayal of Creed. And he said, "This is probably my last rodeo because I thought Rocky was over in 2006, and I was very happy with that. And then all of a sudden, this young man presented himself, and the whole story changed. It went on to a new generation, new problems, new adventures, and I couldn't be happier because as I step back, as my story has been told, there's a whole new world that's going to be opening up for the audience for this generation." And he said, "I just want to thank everyone around the whole wide world for taking the Rocky family into their hearts for over 40 years. It's been my ultimate privilege to have been able to create and play this meaningful character. Though it breaks my heart, sadly, all things must pass and end. I love you, kind and generous people, and the most wonderful thing of all is that Rocky will never die because he lives on in you."
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Now, if he would just do the same for Rambo.
Well, he's got one more Rambo in him, and he's done.
He shouldn't have.
Well, that's what he said about the...
It should have been stopped there. He went home. Leave it alone.
Hey,
Well,
he wants to do Rambo as a cowboy. Just leave the man alone.
Rambo, Cowboy Rambo. That's just got action figure marketing all over it.
So,
I'm gonna catch his cow.
A, I don't understand why Disney's remaking The Lion King. And B, why are they lying and calling it live action?
Because of the way it's being shot. It's being shot like Avatar was. How'd they call Avatar a live action movie when 99% of it was animated? Because they're shooting it with live actors on with motion capture and then putting that into the animated characters. That's how they're getting around it.
Still stretch.
Oh yeah, I mean, Avatar should have won Best Animated Film in my opinion.
Nobody wants to watch Dances with Blue Wolves.
Super Smurfs?
Super Smurfs. 5 times over is what they're going to do. I guess he's got 5 of these things set up.
Oh, Thunder Smurfs, that's what it was.
Thunder, 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 Smurfs. Oh, let's see what else came. What's going on right now? Oh, any gaming news from you guys?
Darksiders 3 is apparently getting panned.
What was that?
Darksiders 3.
What was that? I'm not being facetious. I don't know what this is.
All right. Darksiders it's Darksiders 1 and 2. The whole Darksiders trilogy revolves around the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse as they take out their common enemies. And the first one was with war, and then the second one was with death, and the third one's about fury, which is supposed to be the third and final one. Well, Darksiders 2 came out, I think it was like almost 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I think. I don't know. Could be longer, could be shorter. But the latest one, apparently, there's all sorts of problems with it, and people do not like it. Its rating, I can't remember who it was, but someone gave it a 4 out of 10. And it's just getting panned across the board.
Is it a game or a film?
It's a game. That's why he said gaming news.
Okay, I missed that.
No, it's but yeah, it takes place after the apocalypse, and there's really no humans really in it to speak of. It's mostly it's a fantasy, but it's the second one's really good. First one's good too, but this one is getting panned, and there's all sorts of issues with it.
Why is it there seem to be just these publishers or game companies, developers, whatever, putting out crap, literally?
Crunch.
Doesn't matter. For one, you shouldn't do crunch anyways, because that's stupid too.
The companies don't care. It's all about crunch.
It's all about money. Yes, I know.
Yep.
Unfortunately, with the current length of development cycle, especially for things like sequels, quality control is the first thing that gets tossed out. Especially now that you can patch even console games after release, they're not as concerned about releasing a finished product.
Which again is still a stupid way to go about it.
So apparently the FTC says it will investigate loot boxes.
Or will they? Let's see, that's what, a couple years after Hawaii? I think Hawaii and also Denmark.
So, oh glorious leader, what is your opinion of the Clone Wars update for Battlefront 2?
For Geonosis, it's a different, very, very different kind of map from what has been on the board so far. It's open. It's the boundaries are are so wide that flanking and getting behind and just a lot of open space. I only played 4 rounds because all day and all day tomorrow, I guess, for the next 2 days, that's the only thing you'll be able to play in Galactic Assault. And I got kind of bored with it. I was like, I know people that were playing it for hours. So I was like, it's the same thing over and over and over again. The big things that I pulled out of it were I figured out I just snipe from the back. And as a sniper, the second round, you have to take the ATTEs on the second phase of the first phase. You have to actually activate them or call them in. Second phase, they drop. I think you have 8 available to you, 8 drops of ATTEs, which you need to take out the shields on the 2 big ships that you have to destroy so the separatists can't get off the planet. And they have a weak point. The weak point is at the base. And if you shoot the base, then the thing blows up. They're made of paper. One sniper, I took out 3. I was number 3 score-wise in that game because I took out 3 objectives. And it was like, all I was a sniper on the back of the map. I just sat there and I did it again. I was like, let me try a heavy with ion. And sure enough, ion torpedoes just took that sucker out. I took out 3 of them again. And they're made of paper, so they have to buff them. Good thing is they were aware of this. They were aware that gameplay might alter things, especially on powers. So they were like, okay, we are going to what's the word I was looking for? They put it in the server, so it's server side. They can actually buff the power, or they can buff up the hit the what's the word I'm looking for?
Damage resistance?
Damage resistance. Yeah, they can buff the damage resistance to right within game, right within the server. So they don't even have to take it down or anything. They can just go in there and bump up some numbers. And I think it's going to happen because the separatists, the droids, seem to win 90% of the time. Which, when you're playing a game and you'd like to win, I mean, I've watched a couple of streams today of people playing it where the clones actually did make it in. And I guess as people are learning the map and where to hide, it's making it work a little bit better. So, and Obi-Wan rocks. From what I've seen and what I got to play, Obi-Wan came out with, I think, maybe one kind of bug that I saw people having. But aside from that, Obi-Wan, aside from not really looking like Ewan McGregor, it's kind of like they took me Ewan McGregor and said, we can't use his likeness exactly, so we're going to just fake it.
Just fake it, fake it.
So is it what, more like Obi-2?
It's more like Obi-Wan to be.
Does it finally feel, though, like you're part of a giant battle?
Yes, it's much more. Well, I guess because I've played the game now for 6 months or so, it's there. It's not as repetitious because there is so much open space and people can get behind you and around you. And I'm gonna go back and I'll probably play a couple of rounds after the show, and I might stream it. Maybe I won't. I'm not good enough at the game to stream it. I get killed a lot. My kill to death ratio is ridiculously off balanced, and It could just be my mouse isn't good enough, and just my settings aren't right. But I mean, I'm getting better, but I'm still not like stream worthy. I'm not the kind of guy you want to go and say, hey, get some tips from this guy, because I don't even play heroes very often because I don't like playing the heroes. I don't like swinging a lightsaber when I've got guys shooting at me.
I haven't played the second one. I played the first one some, and a lot of my experiences with the first one, it didn't feel as much as like I was part of the large battle. Now the old series definitely had that, but with the first one, it felt just more like individuals that were on the same team but not necessarily working together, and it didn't feel like this grand battle thing.
Oh no, this one definitely has a battle feel to it. Definitely a battlefield to it.
Well, that's
By the
good.
way, I do have it downloaded.
You got to play it. I know I gifted. Oh, you do have it? You've got it? You've got the game? Because I gifted Alistair.
Yes.
Tank, you said you didn't want it.
Well, I didn't have time to really consider it.
Oh, well, you still got time. I think it's still on sale.
My only peeve is, as always, with the whole needing another client. It's like, why don't you just sell it on Steam? It's available. And it doesn't get everywhere like Origin is well known to do, or Ubisoft's for that matter.
I haven't had a problem with Origin. I think it's crashed on me 1 or 2 times.
I believe I'm on like the bottom of what could even run it, at least graphics card wise, because I have a GTX 660.
Yeah, that might be a little low. But for everybody out there, it's a good, I mean, the game is not dead. If anybody's ever told you the Battlefront is dead, it's not dead. Far from it. It's actually over the past week, because of the Geonosis trailer that came out and the price of it was like $7.50 on the Origin store. There were so many new players that I went into a game. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm taking a break I'll take a lunch break. I'll go in and I'll play a couple of rounds. And there were people who had no idea what to do. And I was in there. I was just like having a blast because there's people just standing there. I was like, oh, I got you, and I got you, and I got you, and I got you, and I got you.
I will say I'm glad they let
Get 'em all.
this one mature, because the first one was a good game, but they cut it off so quickly for this one.
They did. They really, yeah, they cut it off. And then supposedly someone heard that there's a Battlefront 3 that's been released. I was like, well, they just said they're going to be doing content all the way through 2019 for this. And by content, I mean more skins, more maps, and new models. And the big rumors out there right now are that it's going to be Padme and Ahsoka, because they are mentioned in some of the audio files. It's a good game. It really is.
I hope they let this one have some life, because it doesn't seem like it's never been the sort of series where you just need to immediately dump the sequel. That was why I was so surprised when they announced 2 so quickly on the heels of 1.
Well, they did the same. I mean, LucasArts did this. I mean, with Empire at War. They rolled it out really quick, and they did the same thing with the Knights of the Old Republic. They just rolled them out too fast, which goes back to the previous comment. It's like, why do you guys keep rolling out crap? Quit it. You get a better product, you get a better customer base this way if you actually have it finished, or at least in a good enough condition that people won't mind if it has a few minor flaws.
Speaking of a sequel that's been allowed to mature, I've been playing Destiny 2 since they made it free, and I really enjoy it. I mean, yeah, some of it gets a little repetitious in the beginning when you're trying to bang out missions in a particular area, because you're running through the same structures over and over, but well, for one thing, it's insanely optimized. Like, it runs beautifully even on my 660, but it's just fun to play.
this thing working right? It seemed to be jumping and doing some weird stuff.
What thing would that be?
I don't know. It wasn't, I was pushing buttons, but you guys weren't talking.
It seems okay at the moment.
I got nothing. Those who are in the chat can let us know if it's not doing. If they hear us and not see us moving or something, let us know.
Hey, look, I was making Wolf or Tank was talking for me. I should do that. I should start messing with everybody's voices. I'll start keying up everybody else.
You pushed the wrong button.
Actually, no, it won't. You guys will never be able to have my voice because my voice and my key for me to move are the exact same key. So my push to talk. So you'll just stand there with a smile on your face for no reason, like that.
Oh no.
So what else is there to talk about?
Mary Poppins herself has been cast in Aquaman.
That's right. I heard that she had a role.
Wait, are we talking the original or?
Yes.
Julie Andrews. Julia Andrews has a role in
It
Aquaman.
sounds like it's voiceover work more than anything.
I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see. I don't know if they're still available. I know they were. It's probably sold out by now. Warner Brothers and Paramount both had early screening tickets on sale for Bumblebee and Aquaman. I bought Bumblebee tickets. I will be seeing Bumblebee a week early on the 8th. I will not be seeing Aquaman. I missed out. Aquaman seats were front row only, and I don't do that. Don't do that at all. No front row. But you can go. I'm trying to think where the Bumblebee ones were. I think it was Atom Tickets or BumblebeeMovie.com. And then Aquaman, the early tickets were for Amazon Prime holders. People who have Prime, they were offered for those guys. And if you go to Amazon.com/Aquaman movie, you can check your area and see if there's early screenings available, if they're even available anymore. As we sit here and blink and stare at each other.
Yeah, I've been actually considering just checking my movie pass.
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah.
Did not realize you still had it. I thought they went bankrupt or something stupid.
Oh, they'll go under as soon as he cancels it.
I'm the only thing keeping him alive.
Uh,
In which case, they're in worse shape than I thought.
Okay, I've been enjoying Supergirl, but I think they just made a weird casting decision. They cast John Cryer as Lex Luthor.
is that any weirder than what's his name there that played him in the movie, the Batman movie, Batman versus Superman? What's his name? Eisenberg, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, at least John Cryer's bald.
Yeah, is he really bald?
Yeah, they were painting his hair on for 2.5 Men. Apparently, he's been bald for years.
Like Howie Mandel bald?
Well, no, Howie Mandel shaves his head. I don't know how bald he is, but apparently, like, his hair is not even close to what you saw in 2.5 Men.
Odd.
But I mean, technically, Cryer is a legacy casting. He's been in a Superman movie.
That's true. He was in Superman 4. We try not to talk about that one.
And he was a Luthor in that, too.
That's right. Maybe it's not Lex. Maybe he's playing that character all grown up.
I don't know. They're saying he's playing Lex.
Well, yeah. Highlander 2. We don't talk about Highlander 2. We
Didn't
do
happen.
not talk about it. Did not happen. Actually, there is only one Highlander. When they say there can be only one, there can be only one. Everything that followed, including the entire 2 spin-off series, yep, don't exist.
No, Highlander 2 happened, but at the end, Bob Newhart woke up and it was all a dream.
Yes. What is going on with my... That's really weird. Very, very odd. Badger, you've been so quiet.
Oh,
Sad.
wow.
Yeah.
He's just sad being stuck in the box.
I just like watching this box move.
So Bat Kid has been declared cancer-free.
I'd say that the money was well spent then.
Yep.
I mean, that's a memory he will have to the end of his days, which now have been, extended.
Yeah, it's definitely money well spent.
And it's a feel good move for the city to have done. So I know there were people complaining, "Well, the cost wasn't justified." The kid's alive.
Oh, that cost was definitely justified. I would love to meet face to face with somebody complaining about that.
Yeah, complaining about a kid with cancer. If somebody has cancer and you're complaining, you need to just go reassess your life. I don't know. We got anything else? Because, I mean, what do we do? It's been just under, wow, it hasn't even been in 40 minutes yet.
Well, let's see. I mean, was Black Friday good for anybody?
I went out. I didn't buy anything. There was literally nothing to buy. It was crap. Just crap upon crap upon crap. I just realized we're not blinking.
We're just staring each other down.
That's really weird.
Firefly mentioned something, so we got that topic as well. I did not go out on Black Friday. I avoided it, but I did buy something on Cyber Monday.
I did buy Cyber Monday stuff as well. I went on Amazon and bought some stuff on Cyber Monday.
Oh, and Jason's pointing out. So we got 2 things from the chat. So we got discussion points.
Cool.
So first one, we'll just go with Firefly. They've announced the winter event ship in Star Trek Online, and it's a Valkyrie ship that's on fire.
On fire.
Quite literally. It's got a lot of fire going on and sails. So it is an ugly ship, but if you ask the Badger, he thinks it's sexy.
What
Huh.
is?
The Valkyrie warship.
Yes. I need it. I need it now.
Well, apparently the company that bought the movie rights or the rights to Mac and Me or bought the movie was specifically so that Mystery Science Theater 3000 could roast it as the first episode of their new season.
Which I heard got, like, people loved it because it was so bad. I have not watched any of the new series. Is it worth it?
I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it, so I don't know.
What's in the background over there?
The background of what?
I think it's the TV. I'm going to turn it off.
It's all right. No, it's fine. I mean, it just adds to the ambiance.
Well, I'm not watching it. My brother-in-law was, but I think he went to bed.
Oh, speaking of ambiance, for those who watch us here on Twitch, not on YouTube. I know we're on YouTube as well, but not on Twitch. Should we or should we not put Nightbot in there so we can have music?
Personally, I think we should. That way, it's at least some kind of low-playing thing. And hell, we can even set up so people can make requests.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that. If we were to have a song request Nightbot, I mean, the only problem with that is if they request something, like they drop a YouTube link in there that's copyrighted music, we get nailed, and next thing you know, we got nothing. no audio for whatever that is. I've seen a bunch of people have that happen to them.
Nightbot also has really weird censorship settings, doesn't it?
I don't
It can.
think so. I think you could possibly set it up though so that there isn't, copywritten stuff or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you could do that, but I mean, I think the possibility. Whatever.
Something we
I
can
was thinking.
explore.
Yeah, because you know what, we're gonna grow the channel. I would like to grow the channel. We've got shouts out for people from people now. Our animated shows are actually getting views, which is kind of cool. So it's there, and I'd like to, once we get things going and I can get this figured out on how to do backgrounds and all that kind of cool stuff. So once we figure out a background, I have no idea what the Geek EZ actually looks like. It's under construction right now.
Yeah, the tech monkeys. That's what they've been working on. That's why you're having problems here.
Well, that's that whole thing of being a professional illustrator. Real jobs and real work, they got to come first. This doesn't make me any money. This has been a 5-year hobby.
Well, we warned you about hiring the mandrills. The mandrills do not work. You have to get actual chimpanzees.
Manjo's just got the big butts.
That's all they do is fornicate.
I'd rather hire bonobos. They're calmer and nicer than chimpanzees.
Very true.
Could get some orangutans. Maybe they might work.
Well, bonobos are interesting because it took years for people to even figure out they were a separate species from chimpanzees because they look so close physically.
Anyway, going back to Firefly's thing with Star Trek Online, they've also announced some of the other things that you can get with the winter event. So they got some neat stuff coming out. I admit I'm kind of looking forward to it. You can get a tormented companion, tormented elf, or tortured elf. I can't remember. And it's only available. You can summon him. He'll chase, run alongside you, but only during the winter event. If you try to activate him outside the event, all you'll get is, quote, a puff of coal smoke and a forlorn red cap. I think that's hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Oh, and my movie pass is canceled.
That was quick.
Well, actually, I went to the website because I was going to do it some time back, and I just kept forgetting. It's like, oh, well, I'm on the subject. I might as well do it while I'm thinking about it. And I'll still be able to use it until the 12th of December.
Well, that means Aquaman and Bumblebee are out of the... You're just not going to get to use it for those.
Well, I wasn't going to see Bumblebee anyway.
Well, why not?
I had no interest.
Same
Even if
here.
I say it's good.
Yeah, I might consider it then, but at
If
this
you
point...
come back and you say it's good, I will go see it.
Well, yes, I will let you guys know on the 8th, and I might actually do an animated little review.
The problem with Movie Pass that I was having was like they kept on limiting it further and further, and it was like now you're only at a 3-film limit, and only if it's not during peak or some such weather. It's like, okay, you're not making it worthwhile anymore.
Yeah.
Bumblebee looks worth it just because of the much more classic Optimus design.
Just the fact that the director is a huge G1 fan and he wanted to steer closer to that. That was his whole deal. He was like, I want to do the G1. And Shockwave is literally G1. Soundwave looks G1.
Which just goes to show that, yes, you could have done G1. You just didn't want to back then.
No.
Good Lord, what are they feeding the cows in Australia?
Dingoes.
That's a Holstein.
It's 6'4".
Let me just kind of clarify a few things. That is definitely on the high scale. cattle are not as short as people think. I don't know what it is with the cattle that are around that one in the picture that came out, because I've worked with cattle. My brother works with them currently, and I'm at 5'6", and they come up to, let's say, a little higher than my chest, if not, I'd say almost even. Like their shoulders are almost even with like middle of my face, as it were, ish, give or take on the breed.
It weighs 1.4 tons.
Yeah, and
A cow that weighs
And?
1.4 tons.
You
And?
want to know what I see that as? Dinner.
It's a Holstein, man. That's not really what they're good at.
I don't care.
It's not. It's just not good beef. There are better steers for that. And Firefly, we can't answer that question. Most likely, though, the reason why they keep screwing like that is because they were paying out more than they were taking in.
Dead air.
Well, I was waiting for somebody to follow up.
Follow up with what?
I was just, about the whole movie pass thing, jerking people around.
Well, yeah, they were doing that.
Well, they still were. Like I said, it's most likely just it's business survival. They were literally spitting out more money than they were taking in at $10 a month, and it was not feasible. So they kept on trying to limit it so as to keep the costs down for themselves. And it's like, well, at this point, why not just go pay for it myself at a normal, with my own money, instead of going through a third party to get something that's not a real benefit to me. There's no value to Movie Pass at this point.
Well, yeah, that's how they expected to sustain that business model is ridiculous.
Well, the problem is they never signed any deals with the theaters where they were getting discounts on tickets, right?
I don't know. All I know is it was like, okay, a movie ticket is anywhere between $9 and $15 depending on where you go.
And which one you go to see.
Yeah, and so when you're like, oh yeah, you can go see these movies over and over and over, I'm like, how are you making money? That's the whole point of a business, is to make money. You're losing money.
Yeah, especially considering that when they started out, it was $50 a month. And apparently there's other competitors to MoviePass that are doing better than they are. They just aren't as huge right now because, they've made 3 million subscribers, and I'm sure that's contracting quickly.
Well, let's see. Every theater in my area is an AMC except for one. And with AMC's A-list, Stubbs A-list, I can see 3 movies a week for $20 a month. And that's including IMAX and Dolby.
Yeah, in the case of MoviePass, it's 3 movies a month at $10 a month. But you're limited as to what you could watch. Or at least it was. I don't know. I kind of stopped paying attention to them when they kept on throwing out emails. It's like, oh, we're changing. We're making things better. Blah, blah, blah. We're listening. Like, I don't know how.
Now, the AMC Stubbs A-list does have a 3-month minimum commitment. But still, I mean, that's 3 movies a week. Whatever movies you want. I mean, that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, but still.
And AMC has really punched up their theater experience.
That's true.
Yes. So is Regal. Regal has done monstrous amount of work on their theaters, and I love it because between AMC and Regal, you got the cushiony chairs and the recliners and the better food. The Regal that we actually just went and saw Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I give that 2 thumbs up. It was a good movie. They have beer and alcohol, and it was funny because
Mhm.
we went and saw the movie at 9 o'clock in the morning, so my wife could see it before she had to go to work that night. And my son was like, "Are you getting a beer, Dad?" I was like, "It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
What
No, I'm not getting a beer."
was what theater? I didn't know even on the weekend that most theaters opened that early.
Yeah, some do.
The holiday season, they're 9 o'clock shows, and this was the day after. It was Black Friday, actually. It was Black Friday morning. No, yeah, Black Friday morning, because my wife and I got back probably around, or was it Saturday morning? Maybe it was Saturday. No, it was Saturday morning after Black Friday.
I have to say, technically, I guess I sort of went Black Friday shopping. Um, I broke one of my rules, which is I tend not to go anywhere on Thanksgiving, especially to the retailers that are open on Thanksgiving. But we were still up at Duke with the kid, and the wife needed some sweatpants or something. So we found ourselves in Sears at like 11 o'clock on Thanksgiving.
They actually had something.
Yeah. Not a lot of somethings, but they had something, yeah. I didn't even think it was going to be open. I assumed that was the Sears at that mall was one of the ones that already closed because that is a really cruddy mall. We didn't want to drive all the way to the super regional mall in Durham.
Very interesting. Nah, we went to, where'd I go? Target. I went to Kohl's. We actually stopped into Walmart. And again, unless you were looking for cheap TVs, there was nothing worthwhile. Nothing worthwhile.
There really wasn't anything on Cyber Monday either.
Yeah, one of the big reasons I mean, I don't do Black Friday shopping anyways, but one of the big reasons I don't is the TVs that, at least at Walmart, that you tend to find on Black Friday are usually specialty dumbed down models that don't have all the features. They add like an A to the model number and produce them as cheaply as they can.
Well, yeah, but even now, we had to run into Walmart, and I don't shop at Walmart. Very rarely do I shop at Walmart. And my wife and I ran in, and there was a Vizio D series UK or 4K TV, 50-inch for $298. I was like, that is super cheap. Now, the D series is nowhere near as good as some of the other series for their 4K TVs, but I mean, it's still a 4K TV with HDR for less than $300.
Kind of an introductory 4K TV.
Yeah, I mean, Vizio makes good TVs. Vizio really does. I mean, I've got a Vizio 40-inch 4K, and it really is an impressive television. The picture on it is impeccable.
The problem you always have to watch out with Walmart TVs, and I don't know about now, but I know a few years ago was they all had low hertz and stuff. Like their refresh settings and stuff were not great.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it took them years to even sell like 120 hertz, and they were still that's still not even technically like the standard TV they sell.
Yeah, I gotta say the the 4K is impressive, and it was one of those. Hey, we got our tax returns back, and your birthday happened to be right there, so my wife bought me a 4K TV because it was on sale at Best Buy. And again, this is 2 years ago now I got it. So it was for a Vizio, I think, what was it? $398 for 40-inch. And now you can go get a 50-inch for less than $300. So the prices are coming down because 4K is going to become the standard and they're going to stop selling the other TVs. Kind of like DVD. I'm still amazed DVDs are still out there because now we're up to the 4K Blu-rays and you can get a Blu-ray for the price of what a DVD used to be. And a DVD is like, what, $4? DVD is ancient technology.
I do know when I buy a TV next, unless there's some major changes, it probably will not be a smart TV.
Why?
I prefer either my Xbox One, Roku, or Amazon's Fire platform. It just seems like they do a better job of actually updating apps and not abandoning older systems and stuff.
Speaking of Amazon's platforms, my mother wanted an Echo Dot or Echo Spot for Christmas, so she could call our kids on their Fire tablets, and she can see her grandkids whenever she wanted. My wife, who happens to work for a major retailer, she was like, "We have them on sale, two for $120 when they're normally $120 each. I think they're on sale on Amazon right now for 90." But I was like, two for that's $60 a pop. So we bought one for her and we kept one for ourselves. The things are amazing. They control everything in your house. I can control Plex. I can control trying to think with you just got to buy some like little inserts for your plugs. You can turn your lights on and off just by talking to this stupid thing. That, and she's just fun for the kids. The kids will walk up there and say, "Hey Alexa, do this for me," and she'll do it. She'll sing you a song, she'll tell you a story. You set reminders. You can set, I mean, it's really cool. You just say, "Hey, what's on my schedule for today?" And she can tell you what's going on for the next month. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a little too kind of corporate Big Brotherish to me.
I kind of like the whole idea of having a computer in my house, and you can set it so it doesn't answer to Alexa. You can set it like my mother did to where it answers to computer. She says,
Sure,
"Hello, computer."
sure, but that's still a lot of data that they're getting, and they can turn around and sell it, and nothing's stopping them from doing it.
True.
I know for my friend Mickey, who I call my sister, the Echo has been a godsend for their autistic son. He loves interacting with it and being able to play music by talking to it and everything.
That's one of the cool features. I can sit there and say, "Hey Alexa, play Star Wars," or just play Guns N' Roses, and she will just make a playlist of Guns N' Roses songs for me, as long as it's available on Amazon Music or Amazon Prime.
What's funny is I remember Microsoft got laughed out of the room when they had the Kinect doing that years ago.
I think Amazon streamlined it better. Now, again, is there privacy issues? Yes, I do believe there are privacy issues, which is why you should never have one of those things in your bedroom, especially if they have a camera on it. This one has a camera. We have it in the living room, so all it's going to see, because of the angle it's at, is the ceiling of the living room. It's not going to see anything else. There are settings on there, but you can only trust the settings on a piece of technology as far as you can throw it. And seeing as the thing's the size of a baseball, you can throw this pretty far.
But yeah, Amazon and Roku they do a better job of supporting their older versions and everything. Like I had a smart TV, and 2 years after I got it, half the apps didn't work and there was no way to update them. The services had shut down and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the 4K TV that I have in my bedroom it's a smart TV. It has all the apps and stuff. I never use them. I use my Xbox.
And like I know TCL has Roku stuff built in, but the ones I've messed with, they're slower than the boxes because I don't think the processors and stuff tend to be as fast because they're smaller.
Apparently,
Yeah.
there's a holographic avatar you can get now too.
Holographic avatar?
Mm-hmm. It's a virtual
And
assistant that apparently integrates an attractive anime in 3D for only $2,520 by Gatebox.
yeah, I don't see that being used for anything nefarious or sleazy.
I don't know if you can actually do anything with it. I mean, I think it's kind of similar, like, Alexa. You can only use the commands that it can react to.
Speaking of, okay, we're gonna go down this road since we're already started. We already started down the road. I started us down the road, and we're just gonna keep going. Did you see this ridiculous startup with the robotic brothel?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
What are you guys checking out?
It was on Facebook. Like a dozen people and a dozen different news outlets shared this story of this woman who is starting a consent-based robotic brothel. She's out of her
we get
mind.
bored.
Listening. What'd you say? What?
I said, look, we get bored. That's why we find these things. Anyway.
Well,
continue.
now I will say last year, I think somebody opened a live doll brothel.
Well, that's kind of what this is, but it was this woman is talking about how there you can build better relationships, and I'm like, it's a freaking robot. You're not going to build anything with it. It's a piece of technology,
No.
and it's nuts. It's ridiculous, and the whole idea that it's consent based. I was like, do I have to ask my toaster to make me toast? Is this where we're going? That I have to ask my appliances around my house for consent before I use them?
I'm just imagining how you're just like, do you ever think about my feelings? I always get hot and bothered and have to cook up your toast. You ever really think about how I feel about this?
Well, that's one of the dangers, potential dangers of AI, and with everything we make smart, air quotes, these days.
Yeah, it was creepy because in the thing it was like an ad or whatever, and they kept showing this bare-chested dude rubbing this robot's arms. Oh, it was freaky.
You know, that just brings back to memory from our days with, Wookiees in Ecstasy of one of our members, or early members then. I was talking about the Old Republic and all the different romance options you have available. And as an April Fool's joke, they did the Old Republic did a romance, quote unquote, option with, what was it, Scorpio and the servant droid. And one of our members was like, oh, yay. I mean, they were really excited about this. Yeah, you can finally do romance with the droids. And all of us were like, you're into some interesting things there, buddy. I think this will be right up his alley.
Yeah, no.
So, could you literally state you busted a nut?
Ha ha ha.
I'm sort of actually disappointed Badger didn't think of it first.
Yeah, so am I.
I disappointed myself.
Ah.
But it would be a literal statement, I guess, in that instance.
Well, I mean, this is where when you think about it, and I don't want to get too graphic, and I don't want to go too far with this, but when you go see an actual prostitute, the woman, first of all, she will make you wear protection. Second of all, she will shower between clients. These are robots. Who's going to, I mean, are they really going to hose these suckers down when you're done?
Ugh.
It's like, ugh, the whole idea. It's like, you know what? And it's like the amount of money that they were talking. They're talking like 10 grand to hang out with this thing. I'm like, why don't you just spend the 2 grand, get yourself your own live doll, and call it a day?
Oh, now I'm just thinking of the old parody Star Trek song about Data. Because he's fully functional and anatomically correct.
Yeah, and he's what's the word I'm looking for? He's fully,
I just did the lyric.
Programmed in multiple techniques.
Yes. Yeah, that's an actual song. I don't know if you've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's been a while. Firefly, we're working on that.
I need a new microphone. I think I have to break down and buy myself a Yeti or something. Because I sound tinny. Yeah, Snowball might work.
I'm hoping that for Christmas, maybe I'll be hooked up with the whole ARM setup deal with, I think I have listed on Amazon on my wish list. Which I should probably post that on Facebook for the folks who do want to get me stuff. Because that would be awesome. Not that,
Everything is awesome.
not that I would expect people to do so. I mean, that'd be a sweet gift. But you can't get it if you don't know it exists.
I wonder. I think I have stuff on my Amazon wish list from like 10 years ago.
Oh man, I've got stuff on mine. I've cleaned it out a couple of times, but then I go look at like my brothers, and I'm just like, you guys really need to, one, work on keeping it up to date, and two, limit it to things we can actually get. What the hell are you going to do with a pool table?
Oh, I can think of a lot of things to do with a pool table.
And put it where? And how do you expect anybody to get it for $1,000?
Get an air mattress and put it on top of the pool table at night so you can sleep, and then take it off and deflate it during the day.
Well, you don't want to do that. You'll ruin the bumpers.
Well, not with an inflatable mattress.
I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter any kind of pressure you put on it can eventually bend the bumpers.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So where do we go from here? Are
Well,
we done?
Well, there is the community event in Pokemon Go. Still playing that.
Who's playing Pokemon Go?
I am.
I haven't played. I haven't played it in ages.
Now,
It's freaking winter. I'm not gonna leave my apartment for a darned event when it's winter. You should have done it in spring. If you're talking about the Meltan one.
well, to be fair, I ain't going outside either, but I don't have to. I have a Pokestop literally a few feet away from me right now, and hey, I just got a gift.
Wait. You can get Pokeballs and everything right there?
Yep.
Oh, man, that's not right. I got to travel like 3 miles to get to a Pokestop.
Well, you think that's bad? Our buddy Goodwin's got it worse.
Well, it's because Goodwin lives in the middle of nowhere times 10.
He's on an island in Canada. There is a town on that island, but there's like only one gym / Pokestop on the entire island.
But Adam, this is why you need to log in and share your friend code so you can get friends, and they send you gifts, which can include Pokeballs.
That's true.
Pokeballs.
No, and various other things.
That just leads right back to what we were talking before. Pokeballs.
Don't poke the balls.
Poke my balls.
Ow.
I'd prefer you don't.
We need a woman on this show. We need somebody to break up all this just ridiculous maleness.
I'll see if I can, I don't know, locate maybe a friend / coworker who would be interested in doing that. I don't know. They might be, they might not be, but their geek credentials are solid. Except for one detail, they have not seen Blazing Saddles or History of the World Part 1.
Nope, can't be on the show.
Yep. Nope. That's a prerequisite.
We'll correct that. We already talked about that this week because I didn't know, and then one of my other coworkers mentioned it, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't actually seen those." We're like, "What?
How?
I was like, well, we'll get this fixed. We will resolve this, at some point in time. But I can, mention the possibility maybe she'd be let's just do the podcast. I don't know. We'll see. If not, that's okay.
Is her what sort of does she have a thick skin? Can she handle hanging with a bunch of guys with no filter?
I think so. I don't know so, but I think so.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, that'd be something we'd quote unquote during the interview process would find out.
Because we all know how it can turn bad really fast.
We've been fairly good for a while now. Badger's not on his game, and Tade's not here.
Very true.
I'm out of my game.
You're in a box.
For a reason.
Because you put me there.
You're a badger in a box.
But
Now, I don't know if you can see it in the stream. I don't know. I might be able to start streaming at 1080p now because of the way I'm able to do the animation. But on Badger's box, it says live Badger, and there's a warning about foul language.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
It's
you're not wrong.
microscopic. I can't see it. I see that there's something written under live Badger, but it's not legible.
I'm also playing a game at the same time.
What game you playing?
Don't worry about it.
Pokemon.
Don't worry about it.
No? Well, how many be playing that?
He's totally playing Pokemon. For the Switch.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because it's not
Tank.
Warframe. Yes.
What happened there? I know I hit. Wow. This is what happens when you have so many different programs burning through your CPU right now. I hit your button and Badger talked, and then I hit Badger's button and you talked. It's freaking me out.
Inception. Badger, get out of my buttons! Nothing? You're not going to run with that?
Well, so the game can be played with one controller in one hand, and my other hand has my mouse for push to talk.
That's what you're calling it? What game are you playing again?
Pokemon, let's go.
Pokemon Pornhub? What?
You know, he's got to interact with his robots.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
His robot lady badgers.
That was just freaky right there. I just made everybody smile for 2 seconds.
So how does it work out being a badger in Minnesota? Wouldn't you be better off in Wisconsin?
No.
He goes...
They're Midwest. Hey, I was in Wyoming.
Why were you in Wyoming?
That's the same question I always ask myself.
What the hell am I doing in New Jersey?
I was in Wyoming for 3 years, so.
Well, you escaped.
Yes, indeed.
I got nothing left. I'm pretty much done.
I think we can probably call it.
Yeah, hour and 25 minutes or so. I don't know what's going on.
Let's see. Well, hold on. We got something here. Firefly. I still want to see someone take the guts of 5 to 6 Pokeballs and integrate them into a cassette player. Jace, dream girlfriend game? No. Here, allow me. Scyther, Arbok, eject, commence operation, rockabye. I see what you did there, Firefly. Very Gen 1 of you.
All right, well, let's see. I'll call last call. Anybody got anything?
The new Pokemon's good.
You already said that 2 weeks ago.
I'm saying it again, damn it.
We might. On Saturday, there's a chance we could be getting the second trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Ooh. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one too, because I hear that it's going to be more monster based and less humans.
Yeah, but Godzilla still has his high BMI.
He's still got the big fat legs. He got the cankles.
Well, Godzilla's always had big fat legs.
Yeah, not like the one from, what was it, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? He had literally it went from knee to foot in one solid mass, whereas the Japanese ones usually thinned it out at the ankle a little bit.
He looks like he's probably got the diabetes.
Diabetes. Oh, it's kind of amusing. a coworker who's very meme savvy had never heard of the evil overlord list.
I've never heard of the evil overlord list.
What?
Yeah,
Turn in your geek card.
dude, I'm old geek. I'm not up to date geek.
This is old. This is from the
Like-
early days.
Well, how early?
1995.
Okay, that's pretty early.
The Star Trek mailing lists starting in like 94.
It's been around so long, it gets referenced in other places.
Okay, well, I guess I have to turn in my geek card.
Here, I just posted it in the cantina, so you can catch up.
I will do this.
Adam, it's basically the top 100 things you'd do if you ever became an evil overlord.
Ah.
So,
Okay.
here goes. Like, for example, the top 100 things I'd do if I ever became an evil overlord. My legions of terror will have helmets with clear plexiglass visors, not face-concealing ones. 2. My ventilation ducts will be too small to crawl through. 3. My noble half-brother, whose throne I usurped, will be killed, not kept anonymously imprisoned in a forgotten cell of my dungeon. 4. Shooting is not too good for my enemies. And it goes on from there. Oh yeah. Number 5. The artifact which is the source of my power will not be kept on the mountain of despair beyond the river of fire, guarded by the dragons of eternity. It will be in my safe deposit box. The same applies to the object, which is my one weakness.
Okay, then. Wolf, you got anything?
I mean, high BMI Godzilla possibly getting a trailer this weekend was it.
Badger,
Yes.
do you have a last call?
No, sir.
Well, then, I'm going to
Sorry,
call it.
whiskey.
Why? I love it. I'm like the only one whose mouth doesn't really match up right. I don't understand it. It's my computer. It should work perfectly. But,
before we-
Firefly. Oh,
Oh yeah, I was just going to mention, Firefly's got his from the list. If I am fighting the hero atop a moving vehicle and he drops prone, I will follow suit at once. The whole point of the evil overlord list is to basically go against the cliches of what we see in the films and various TV series. So that's why those statements are the way they are. And then how many times have we seen, like, bad guy, is fighting off with somebody on top of a train, and he drops, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And then they get knocked off the train.
I love my main computers will have their own special operating system that will be completely incompatible with standard IBM and Macintosh PowerBooks.
Oh, Linux.
wow.
Yeah, the whole point is that the evil overlord is competent.
Ow, my back is killing me. Completely off the subject, but it really is. My back hurts.
Well, you got to stop carrying this team.
Back pain is no joke. Be careful.
It's my shoulders. I know what it's from. It's from this chair. I need to get a new chair. It's from the way I have to hold my hands on the keyboard, and I just need a new desk and a new chair.
I could use a new chair as well. Another Christmas item.
No, these are all things I'll have to buy after Christmas and the twins' birthday, because that falls 2 weeks after Christmas, which is kind of unfortunate that they get presents like one right after the other.
Oh, please. They got nothing on me. It's a competition here, I'm saying, because I'm 2 days after Christmas.
Well then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, call on the show. I'm going to say thank you very much for listening to us or watching us. You can watch us now. We have something to actually watch. Who we got in here? We got Jace and Firefly, and I thank you guys for interacting and being with us, and spread the word. Let your friends know that the show is getting better. It's not just really boring and listening to us. Now you can actually watch us and be bored. So Where are we going? We'll be back next week, as far as I know. I'm gonna say we'll be back next week, but things could change depending on weather and stuff. Speaking of weather, did you guys get blasted over there in Chicago?
Oh yeah, we got hosed. We got 13.8 inches of snow. I think it might have missed Badger.
We were supposed to get that, but it kind of just turned into some sleety nastiness for about 4 hours and then just blew by.
Man,
we got lucky.
even snow doesn't like to stay in Ohio.
That's true. Actually, no. So I mean, it does get really nasty. It's been cold, but we haven't had a lot of precipitation. That's all I'm gonna say. But because of the weather and other stuff, for some reason, the internet lines, wherever it is, when it gets way too cold here in Ohio, they don't like to work very well. So until next week. Yes. Till next week, for some reason, I just am not showing up. My voice is not capturing very well. Either way, thanks for being here. We'll be back next week. And I think we're going to be out of here. We're going to go dead for a second because I don't have the show is ending cue card or anything. And I actually have to move my hands now to turn the stream off because I don't have that set to a hotkey yet, which is kind of stupid on my part. But
and your fingers are just all cramped up at this point.
No, actually, it's not so bad. It's basically like playing a video game. It's just hitting the keys like I would if I was hitting the A, S, D, and W. When Alistair comes back, it'll be different.
Things will be different.
But until then, say goodnight, everybody.
Later.
Good night.
Hasta la vista.
Baby.